Okay, let me just say this up front. We are living in backwards land. Nintendo just raised the price of the original Nintendo Switch in 2025. Not a typo, not a meme, not a clearance sale gone wrong, a full-on official price increase for an 8-year-old console. And if your first thought is, wait, what? Why would they do that? Yeah, same here. They're blaming market conditions, tariffs, global factors, blah blah blah, but let's be real. This smells a whole lot more like corporate greed than economic necessity. And the worst part? They're already leaving the door open to do the same thing with the Switch 2. So today, we're going to break this whole thing down. What Nintendo said, what they didn't say, and why this feels like the most tone-deaf, money-hungry, anti-consumer move they've pulled in a long time. And trust me, if this is the direction we're headed, then the $90 Joy-Cons might just be the beginning. Let's talk about it. Here's what Nintendo of America dropped. Pricing for the original Nintendo Switch family of systems and products will change in the United States based on market conditions. Market conditions. There it is. That vague, cozy blanket of a phrase that companies love to use when they don't want to explain anything. And starting August 3rd, 2025, that change kicks in. The Switch OLED, the base Switch, the Lite, accessories, some amiibo, and even the Nintendo Sound Clock Alarmo, whatever that is, are all going up in price. Oh, and while Switch 2 prices are safe for now, Nintendo already added the classic "we may adjust in the future" footnote. Translation? Get ready. Retailers aren't wasting time. Target has already updated their listings. Base Nintendo Switch, $389.99. Switch OLED, $399.99. Switch Lite, $229. Joy-Cons, $89.99. AC adapter, $34.99. So now we're being asked to pay $400 for a console that's 8 years old. That's absurd. That's not just a price hike, that's borderline disrespectful. The Switch has been on the market since 2017. The OLED launched in 2021. These aren't new products. These are legacy systems that should be seeing clearance prices, not price hikes. Now the go-to excuse you're going to hear is tariffs. Oh, it's just tariffs. Nintendo had no choice. Really? Yes, tariffs are real, and yes, they affect the cost of imported goods. But here's the thing, when tariffs go up, prices go up. But when tariffs go down, do prices go back down? Nope, never. This logic is only applied one way. That's not adjusting to market conditions, that's exploiting them. And if tariffs were such a massive threat to game hardware, why haven't we seen similar price hikes from Sony or Microsoft? Sony literally ran discounts on the PS5 during days of play. Microsoft hasn't jacked up Xbox prices either. Nintendo is standing alone here, and not in a good way. Let's talk numbers. The Nintendo Switch has sold over 150 million units worldwide. That's one of the best-selling consoles of all time. The amount of profit Nintendo has made off this thing, hardware, software, accessories, subscription services, is astronomical. At this point, raising the price isn't about staying afloat. It's about wringing every last dollar out of a console you've already made your fortune on. You've got warehouse stock. You've got systems collecting dust in stores, and instead of discounting them to phase them out, like every previous console generation, you're hiking the price? Remember when consoles used to get cheaper as they aged? GameCube dropped to $49.99 near the end. The 2DS went down to $79.99. The 3DS got crazy bundle deals for $99. Why? Because when a console's life cycle ends, it becomes a budget-friendly entry point. That's how you capture the casual crowd. That's how you sell the last few million units. Now, Nintendo's acting like the 2017 Switch is a luxury item again. It's nonsense. The wildest part? Nintendo is simultaneously celebrating record-breaking sales for the Switch 2. They just said it's the fastest-selling system in Nintendo history, over 6 million units sold. Mario Kart World? Already at 5.5 million copies sold. You're crushing it with the new hardware. You're printing money on software, and yet, your response is to raise prices on the old generation? That's not necessity. That's pure, unfiltered greed. But here's what really worries me. Buried in that same announcement, Nintendo left the door open for Switch 2 price increases down the line. This might just be the test run. If they can get away with charging $400 for an OLED Switch in 2025, what's stopping them from raising the Switch 2 to $449 or even $499 next year? This isn't just about old hardware. It's about setting a precedent. And eventually, people get tired. There's only so much squeezing you can do before folks push back. Because here's the truth, video games are not a necessity. They are a luxury. And when you treat consumers like walking wallets, especially during inflation, during economic pressure, during an era where people are already cutting back, they will walk away. Nintendo has always succeeded by being the value option, the fun, family-friendly, approachable platform. But with moves like this, they're burning goodwill fast. This holiday season will be telling. If people stop buying $400 OLED Switches, maybe just maybe, Nintendo will finally get the message. Anyway, that's where I'm at with this. What about you? Will you be paying $400 for an OLED Switch in 2025? Do you think this is justified, or is this the beginning of a very dangerous trend? Let me know in the comments. Keep it respectful, even if we disagree. This isn't Twitter. We can act like adults here. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Like the video if this rant made sense to you, and share it with a friend who still thinks this is just tariffs. Because at some point, we have to start calling out greed for what it is. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.